crowd. Hello again, everybody. I'm Dave Brown with Corey Backlund here at ringside, and we are ready to go with another day of USWA Championship Wrestling. Corey, big card.
We're ready for it, Dave. Boy, we're glad to be here. Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. He's going to be on the card today. He is some kind of way the new unified world heavyweight champion.
He is indeed.
Some kind of way he got that title. We'll be telling you all about that. Moondog's on the card today with Richard Lay. We have to put up with him here today. Mean Mike Miller comes in out of Portland, Oregon. I had a first look at him last week here on Championship Wrestling. He's on the card. And then we got a 1 fall, 15-minute time limit about. Should be a good thing about Brian Christopher against the Hornet. That'll be interesting.
It will indeed. Sounds like a good day. We'll be back in just a moment to get things underway with USWA Championship Wrestling. Eddie Marlin is here. Now, I wasn't here last week. I was at a conference, but I've heard the word, and let me just say a hearty congratulations and welcome back to the helm.
Thank you very much, Dave, and I'll try to not take up much of your time. But, you know, first I'd like to get Brian Christopher to come out here a minute. Brian, would you come out? I know you're back there watching the monitor. Come on out a minute.
Brian says he doesn't want to come out yet.
Well, I don't guess he does want to come out. You know, when I was suspended, mainly due to Brian.
That's right.
Mr. Coffey was rushed right in to take over, and the USWA Rules Committee told him, said, Guy Coffey, you're taking over, and let me tell you one thing. You better follow everything right to the rules. You better not make a mistake. And that puts a man under a handicap because he's worried every decision he makes. Now, it was several decisions that he made that I disagree with. And a couple of them that I'm canceling his decision. And number one, that's the reason I wanted Brian out here. Number one, if you just show this piece of tape here, this is one of the decisions I'm canceling.
All right, well, let's take a look at the videotape here. Dr. Tom Pritchard.
Dr. Tom Pritchard is back, and Brian Christopher, I want you to listen. You're watching back there, I'm sure it's a monitor in your dressing room. Not only is he coming back, but he is your opponent, and it will be a title match. Brian Christopher against Dr. Tom Pritchard in a Southern Heavyweight title match.
All right.
That's his opponent. And that's the reason I'm sure he didn't want to come out here.
Hey!
Oh, now he wants to come out here. Here's Brian Christopher right here.
Talking about bringing Pritchard back. Oh, Pritchard is gone. I beat him in a loser leave town match. He is out of here, and you know it.
Tom Pritchard is back.
No,
I told you, some of the decisions Guy Coffey made, they wasn't fair, they wasn't just, and I canceled them, and that was the number one decision that I canceled. He is coming back. He will be your opponent this week, and it will be a title match.
you are making me mad, Marlon. You know, I beat him 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring, and everybody knows it. Everybody saw it. He should be out of here. You're trying to get rid of me. You don't like me for some reason. I don't know why. And Eddie Marlin, it just ain't fair. It is not fair.
Whether it's fair or not, he's your opponent, and you will wrestle him, and it will be a title match.
Listen here. Oh, man, you're making me mad. Marlon, don't make me mad.
I just want a reason. No, you won't. You better get out of here, because you'll never wrestle here again. All I want, just put your hands on me, and I just want to lay you out. You better get out of here. You found out the good news.
He just wants to get me suspended. He wants me to beat him up because you want me suspended.
You better hold on to this belt, because you won't be having it long.
I'll beat you up any day of the week.
Well, you get a chance to beat Tom Pritchard up, and if I was a betting man, I'd bet money that Tom Pritchard will come out the new Southern Heavyweight champion.
It's not fair. This ain't fair.
Let's get on the back-to-back. I'm sorry about that, Dave,
that's
but
all right,
it's
Dave.
a decision. You know, I've been in the wrestling business for a bunch of years. Never has the phone rang. Never has the mailbox been so full of mail. People wanting this young man to come back because I stood by and watched. He was cheated, he was robbed, and he had to leave the territory. That's another decision I've canceled, and he will be back. Show the tape on this man.
Let's watch this one. Tony Anthony, the Dirty White Boy.
That's right, he's coming back. And Dave, I've moved both of these wrestlers up the ladder because I know how they feel. For 2 months, they've been just sitting back watching things going on. So the Dirty White Boy will be in a World Heavyweight title match.
All right. And speaking of the World Heavyweight title, a unified champion, the belt around his waist. Here right now, Bert Prentice following. He had the crown in his hand there, Corey. And Mike Samples also out here. Gilbert in the ring, set to go for his match.
Mike Samples, I told you last week that you had no business out here. You come out here and blow off your mouth. You talk about this, you talk about that. You want to sit at ringside. You want to help Eddie Gilbert win the title. If I was you, I would go up there right now and get the belt and put it around my waist because I sat and watched, and you won the belt for Eddie Gilbert. Eddie Gilbert didn't win the belt. Now, I told you, every time I call you, try to get you signed an open contract with the USWA, you're too busy to talk. You're out of town or you're somewhere else. Now, I told you, you can get out of here, out of the studio, stay away from our arenas. You are no part of the USWA.
Eddie, obviously you're dreaming. Of course I'm a part of the USWA. I'm a part of Eddie Gilbert. He's the champion here. I'm very much a part of it.
You are not a part of it until you sign an open contract with the USWA. You're not allowed at the ringside. You're not allowed out here at TV station until you sign that contract, Mike Samples. You are not a part of the USWA, and you will not participate.
I don't have to sign anything here, Eddie Marlin. You know that I'm out here with Eddie Gilbert. Who is the champion? Is he not the champion?
Well, I don't know whether it's him or you. You won the belt for him.
There's a lot of things you don't know, I'm sure. I'm here. I really don't need you out here. You came out last week and tried to interfere in what business I was doing, and I told you then, and I'll tell you now. And you listen, anytime you feel froggy, old pal, you just jump. Why don't you go to the back and get out of my face?
I'm not going to the back unless you agree to sign an open contract with the USWA. And that's the only way you'll be able to stay out here, Mike Samples. I don't have to feel froggy, and I don't have to hop, because I've got a dressing room full of wrestlers back there, paid to do the fighting. They're paid to wrestle. And if I wanted you manually thrown out of the studio, I would just snap my fingers, and there'd be a half a dozen out here. I'd be glad to do it. So now you can either leave, or they can come out and throw you out, or you can agree to sign an open contract. And frankly, I don't care which one you do.
So what you're telling me is, now that you're in power, you're going to pull the old power move, and I either have to sign your little contract or I have to leave.
Exactly.
You know, there's an old saying that power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And I believe that because you've lost your mind. Go get your little piece of paper. I'll sign it. It doesn't mean anything to me. Dave, let me talk just a second. It's obvious Eddie Marlin is insane. He's lost his mind. He's senile. he's all tore up that Jerry Lawler lost his little title and that we have the Unified World's Heavyweight Champion. It's killing him. And then he wants to, suggest that maybe I should have a match with Lawler. That's stupid. Lawler is nothing now. He's no longer the champion. A couple of weeks ago when he was the champion, I would have gladly gotten in the ring and knocked him out because he embarrassed me here. I don't know if you were here then or not, but he means nothing now. He's a has-been and he's washed up. And Eddie can come out here and he can bully guys like Brian Christopher because Brian's young. He's just breaking into the sport here and one of the nicest guys I've ever met. But, I'm a little older, a little wiser, and I can do something about it. Maybe Brian doesn't realize he can, but I'll do something about it.
Well, I think one thing you're going to have to do is sign this contract here.
All you got to do is sign it. You might want to read it before you sign it. It's an open contract.
I don't need to read anything here. All I just need to do is sign. Let me sign down here. Now,
Thank you, Mike Samples.
Way to go, Mike.
Under contract. Oh, Eddie. Yeah, Eddie Gilbert is very happy to have you under contract so you can be at ringside, right, Eddie?
Yeah.
You are now a member of the USWA. You'll follow all rules and regulations. We're glad to have you here. Dave Brown, the first move we'll make since Mr. Samples is a member of the USWA. On top of your card here.
Okay, let's see here.
I've got it.
Found the card today.
Here you go.
Add a special added match, Mike Samples versus Jerry the King Lawler.
All right.
What are you trying
I told you to read the contract, Mike Samples. You're so busy out here running your mouth. Your mouth is bigger than your eyes or your brain, either one. The contract states that it's an open contract. You will fulfill any matches that I sign you against. And my first match to sign you with is Jerry the King Lawler. He is your opponent, and you will fulfill that match.
no. I've already told you not to come out here and try to bully me
I'm
around.
not trying to bully you.
Yes, you are. I already told you to stay out of my face, didn't I?
I'm not in your face.
It looks like it to
Can't
me.
get in your face. You're assigned in a match with Jerry the King Lawler, whether you like it or not.
Don't put your finger on me.
You're assigned in a match with Jerry the King Lawler, whether you like it or not. That is the match. It is an open contract.
That's fine. Dave, I think Mr. Marlin here may have just overstepped his boundaries here in the USWA.
Well, I might have, but
Samples. Hey, you better get out of here. You're in big trouble now. You don't hit this man, he's back in charge. If I were you, I would get out of here. Let's get somebody out here to help. Jeff?
Get your ears. Let's try to hit the other.
Yeah, hit on the back of his head. It's all down. Watch.
Where's his glasses?
Yeah, you got him.
Right there. Just got him. You okay, Eddie?
Hey, let me just say something to Mike Samples. Now, Mike Samples, you can come out here and hit Eddie Marlin. Why don't you come back out here right now and try to hit me one time, huh? Big Mr. Global Official. What happened to you, Mike Samples, is we just got one up on you and you realize it, and now you can't stand it. Because just like Eddie said, you are the man that won the title for Eddie Gilbert. As far as Eddie Gilbert being a unified world heavyweight champion, he's not any more champion than the man in the moon as far as I'm concerned, because all of these people saw it, and everybody knows exactly what happened. I had Eddie Gilbert beat. I had him laying flat on his back in the middle of the ring. Not only that, I pile drived him, I knocked him clear out of the ring, and when I went out to throw him back in, who hits me from behind? You, Mike Samples. You go into your pocket of that nice little suit that you love to wear and try to look like a businessman, and you come out with a pair of brass knucks, and you hit me in the back of the head, and you won the title for Eddie Gilbert. Let's get it straight. But that is all over now. That's water under the bridge. I'm going to take first things first, and right now, on the top of my agenda is you, Mike Samples, and getting even once and for all.
It's not going to be a case of getting mad. It's a case of getting even. And we got your name on a contract, and I got you in the ring, and I promise you this. When you step your big fat rear end into that ring with me, you're going to realize that when you signed that contract a few minutes ago, you made the mistake of your life, because that world heavyweight title is near and dear to my heart, and you're the man that cost it for me. So, Mike Samples, when I get you in the ring, in a USWA ring, you're going to know that you are in the ring with the King of Wrestling. You're going to know why they call me the King of Wrestling, because I'm not just going to beat you up. I'm not just going to hurt you. I'm going to do some things to you, Mike Samples, that ain't going to be very pretty. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it one more time. It's going to be a hot time in the old town this week when I get in the ring with Mike Samples.
Back in just a moment. Well, I tell you what, the card shaping up Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum, something else, extra added match. You heard Eddie Marlin say it, and Mike Samples can come out here and take a punch at Eddie, and it doesn't change the fact that he signed an open contract, and he's going to be on the card. Let's run down the whole thing for you. 8 o'clock's when it all begins, Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. And in the opening match of the night, you will be looking at the Hornet going against Mean Mike Miller. That's just the opening match of the night, and what an opening match it is. Next one, ladies boxing match. Yeah, Lauren Davenport is going to be going against Kim, the dirty white girl.
All right.
That one right there. Don't be late. You want to be there. You want to see this one, the ladies boxing match at the Coliseum. Then the Southern heavyweight title is on the line. Eddie Marlin said the first thing I'm going to change about what he thought went wrong while he was suspended from administration in the USWA is to reinstate Dr. Tom Pritchard, move him up the ladder, put him against Brian Christopher with a Southern heavyweight title at stake, and that will happen Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. Special challenge match. Boy, we'll have more to say about this one later on. A Dennis Carluzzo Collection Agency. Oh, boy. Against the King, Jerry Les Carluzzi is some. He's been sending videotape in. He must have bought a videotape factory. He has sent so much of that stuff in here over the last several months. Well, going to be against the King, Jerry Lawler, in this match, special challenge match come Monday night. Then you got a hospital elimination match. The Moondogs with Richard Lee against Jeff Jarrett, Billy Travis, and Pistol Pez Watley. That one should be something else to see.
Oh, yeah.
Main event of the night is going to be the Unified World Title match. And again, Eddie Marlin says he's making one of the changes, and he is reinstating Tony Anthony, the dirty white boy, and he is putting him in the Unified World Title match to challenge the champion, Eddie Gilbert. Bert Prentice will be in Eddie Gilbert's corner, of course. I'm sure Kim, dirty white girl, will be in Tony Anthony's corner. This has the makings of a great match, and as Eddie mentioned, Tony's been sitting on the sidelines watching goings-on in the USWA for a number of weeks, and he's got to be ready to go. And Monday night he gets the chance, but that's not all. Even though that's the main event of the night, that extra added match that Eddie Marlin mentioned just a little bit earlier, Mike Samples signed the open contract. And he was not happy about it, but Eddie said, you're in a match, you're against Jerry Lawler, Monday night, extra added match, Mid-South Coliseum. What a night it ought to be. Make your plans right now to be right there at ringside when things get going at 8 o'clock. We'll be back here with more from the USWA after this. Quite a day so far, huh?
Yeah, quite a day so far. Let me just come out here for a second. I understand, I saw in the format there that you're fixing to show an interview from this Dennis Carluzzo guy, and I realize that there are probably a lot of people who are not familiar with the background that has gone on between Dennis Carluzzo and I. This guy is, I'm going to say, a fat, overbearing, obnoxious, bald-headed, and those are his good points now. He's an attorney from New Jersey And what happened was this guy, it's been years and years ago now, but the very first time I heard his name was after the Andy Kaufman, the series of matches I had with Andy Kaufman. And after Andy Kaufman passed away, this guy got in touch with the estate of Andy Kaufman and told them that he could trump up some kind of lawsuit where they could get a lot of money out of me by claiming that I caused Andy Kaufman's death. That was the first time Dennis Carluzza came around. Since that time, he got involved with wrestling. He's managed some wrestlers. He even represented Kamala most recently, right. And I'm sure what he does is he looks around for wrestlers who don't have a whole lot upstairs, and then he gets them as his clients and probably takes about 90% of their money while he's negotiating deals for them. Now, the latest episode that this jerk has come up with, and it's almost comical to a point, he has come down here with claims that he's found 2 guys in New Jersey that are supposedly my illegitimate children. Right, and what he's doing is he's bringing these guys in here and he's thinking that he's going to get me to pay some kind of back child support. Now, these 2 guys are complete idiots. They look, if you ever see them, they look more like him than they do anybody. They're probably, the truth be known, they're probably Carluzza's kids. But anyway, I just wanted to preface this interview of his to let the people know the history of this guy, because some people may hear this guy and believe that what he's saying is true. So now you can go ahead and roll the interview. I want to hear it myself.
All right, let's do that. Here's Dennis Carluzza.
This is Dennis Carluzza, one of the top attorneys in the United States and fast becoming the greatest handler of professional wrestlers in the world. You know, Jerry Lawler, I've been having a long battle with you for years, dating back to the Andy Kaufman situation. And that's when I first became involved in professional wrestling. You know, Jerry Lawler, every time I get involved with you or a situation dealing with you, it's very, very unpleasant. The most unpleasant situation was you killing my good friend Andy Kaufman. Now, let's talk about some other unpleasant situations, Jerry Lawler, like you and your thieving friends down there stealing the USWA belt from Kamala. That's right, you stole it, you didn't win it. And let me tell you something, he was the greatest USWA champion of all time and the longest reigning USWA champion of all time. And you not only stole his belt, you stole his contract from me. Because when he lost that belt, he exercised a clause in his contract where I would have to send him to another federation where opponents were easier to beat up than where he was at now. So I shipped him off to New York for some R&R. That's a situation, Laura, that's really bad. Another situation I'm involved in with you is handling a paternity suit for them illegitimate children of yours who you refuse to support and recognize. And also, Laura, the global people want me involved. Well, Laura, let me tell you something else. I'm coming to Memphis on June 19th. And I want to take matters into my own hands once and for all. But before I come to Memphis, I have to do one thing. I have to buy a big clothespin to put over my nose so that stinking, stingy smell from Memphis don't knock me out. And Lawler, I'm bringing your 2 sons with you, who hate you now more than anything, Lawler. And let me tell you something else. I am bringing a wrestler with me, who has given me his word in blood that he's going to end your stinking, lousy, filthy wrestling career once and for all. Now, Lawler, I'm packing my bags to come to Memphis. And if you have an ounce of brains under that stupid margarine crown you wear, you ought to be packing your bags to leave Memphis. You hear me? Denise, get in here.
Yes.
Give me one of them half-price airfares to Memphis.
Oh, Dennis, sorry. That sale was over a week ago.
Damn it!
That's right.
Oh, God, Carluzza. He is bringing in a guy named Mike Doggendorf.
Mike Doggendorf. He's calling it the Carluzza Collection Agency. Well, here's what's exciting to me is that Carluzza will hopefully be here with him, and this Doggendorf... Oh, well, I see. You come down here. You're already here, huh? Where's your big clothespin?
Lawler, let me tell you something. I told you I was coming down here to take matters in my own hand, and that's what I'm doing. We're getting that back child support you owe if we have to get it out in your hide. And let me tell you something, Laura. I got Mike Doggendorf here, and he has given me his word in blood that he's going to end your career Monday night.
Is that right? Well, let me tell you something. When this Doggendorf, whenever he gets in the ring with me, he's probably got his name right. You probably should shorten it. Probably just should be Dog, because, no, don't try to take this microphone. Anybody that would associate themselves with you is nothing more than a dog. It's probably some bum you've drug up from up there in New Jersey, just like these 2 punk kids. Oh, look, look. Oh, look at
you. Want to see what kind of dog he is, Lawler?
I want to see
come out here. Watch this, Lawler.
I want to see what kind of dog. I want to see
Come over here. Yeah. What do you think of this, Lawler? Call him a dog to his face.
Don't get too close to me. Like I said, no, don't. What? What?
I tell you something, Lawler. You don't have to worry about getting close to Mr. Dennis Carluza. I'm the man you need to be worried about, boy.
Hey, back up because your breath smells. Okay? Just back off.
Let me tell you something, Lawler.
Go ahead. Tell me. You can't tell me anything. You might want to ask me something.
Why don't you quit blocking the sun out first? Lawler, Monday night, pal, we're taking that child support payment out in your hide. You hear it? I'm down here to take matters in my own hand, and I want to be in the ring with this guy, Lawler, and you better watch it.
That's right, Lawler. That's right.
Don't put your hands on me, dog and dork. I don't care. Like I said, get back. You smell bad, okay?
Hey, I smell. Smell this, boy.
That's right.
Come on, come on.
Come on. Well, they've got the king in the ring.
Yeah, that's Dogendorf. Bell, Jerry, when he's out here. And
Carluza right behind him there.
Look at here. Here comes
Oh,
Mike
no.
Miller. Brian Christopher's out here. Oh, they come out, and Richard Lee's along with them.
Well,
That pulled Dogendorf off over there, Dave.
yeah, thank goodness.
Hey, you got to thank Brian Christopher for one time in your life, he and Richard Lee.
Well, they've got him separated. Oh, not for long. Lawler goes after him.
Lawler just leaped over everybody, and he's jumped on Dogendorf. Boy, he leaped over the whole crowd and went after Dogendorf. That kind of stuff, I tell you.
They've got him separated again. Dogendorf trying to break away. Richard Lee and that bunch trying to keep them apart. I tell you what we better do. Let's take a break and we'll get them out of here. We'll be back. Right. Well, we finally did get everybody out of here. Just free-for-all almost erupted here in the studio. Corey, we've got a lot of action coming up around the territory. Got some big softball action coming up this weekend too.
Big softball, as a matter of fact, is going on right now at James Road. They're at Rodney Baber Field. There
Oh yeah, the big complex.
Yeah, the big complex over there. It's the 4th annual Jerry Lawler Red Man Chewing Tobacco Softball Tournament. Now, what you got is 40 of the top softball teams in the nation competing. They're all involved. And Lawler's Kings of Memphis will play today at 12:30. Now, the tournament's going on as we here on the air right now.
And admission is free, I understand.
Admission is absolutely free all day today.
Great, great idea for a Saturday afternoon. What about the wrestling action?
Yeah, we've got a lot of it coming up around the area, out-of-town action. Right before we get to that, next Sunday, the King and I are going to be over at Northside High School with the Watson Singers and their anniversary, and tomorrow I'll be over at Sanders Facilities on Elvis Presley Boulevard. Action coming up around the area. Mariana, Arkansas is coming up on Thursday night, June 25th, there at the Lee High School, 8 p.m. King will be there. Jeff Jarrett, Moondogs on the card as well at Lee High School in Mariana, Arkansas. Friday, June 26th, 8 p.m. Ripley, Mississippi, big USWA action at the high school. The King will be there. Jeff Jarrett, Moondogs, Flamboyant Eric Embry's on the card for Ripley, and Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, all in Ripley, Mississippi. Coming up this Friday night in Ripley, championship wrestling is scheduled for the football field there. If there's rain, it will be at the high school gymnasium there inside. Coming up Saturday, June 27th, Jonesboro, Arkansas. That's next Saturday night, 8 p.m. at the Old Bell Community Center on Church Street. The King, Jerry Lawler, Jeff Jarrett, Moondogs, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, all lined up for Jonesboro. Tickets are available at Front Page Cafe for Jonesboro, Arkansas, next Saturday night, 8 p.m. over in Jonesboro. Friday night, July 10th, 8 o'clock, Clarksdale, Mississippi, there at the Civic Auditorium. USWA Championship Wrestling begins at 8 o'clock there in Clarksdale. You can save $1 on advance tickets if you pick them up early. And Friday night, July 17th, 8 p.m., Kennett, Missouri, the American Legion Building. Back rescheduled for Kennett, Friday, July 17th, 8 o'clock. All of the USWA top stars are going to be in Kennett, Missouri. Friday night, July 17th, coming up soon. Remember, this week, Thursday night, Mariana, Arkansas, and Friday night, Ripley, Mississippi. That's USWA Championship Wrestling around the area.
All right, very good, Corey. A lot of action coming up. Right now, well, here he is. You know, when a guy has a unified belt, you have to give him interview time. And here comes the man with the belt around his waist, and he's mighty proud of it, I can tell. Eddie Gilbert, Bert Prentice, the crown carrier here today.
You know what, Dave Brown? It's Mardi Gras in Memphis. Jerry Lawler is gone, gone, gone. There's a new king of wrestling. Hot stuff, Eddie Gilbert. Isn't it great, ladies and gentlemen? You cannot say I ever lied to the people. I told them it would happen, and it did. Beat Lawler right in the middle, 1, 2, 3. Now, Monday night at Mid-South Coliseum, ladies and gentlemen, and Eddie, just for you, we're going to stage a $25,000 grand opening just for you. What an entrance you're going to make. We have gifts people have mailed from all over the world for you. What an entrance. Over $25,000 we're spending on just Mr. Gilbert's entrance, because he is, ladies and gentlemen, the king.
Can I just hold this up?
Absolutely.
You know, Dave, I was standing back there a while ago, and I was listening to Jerry Lawler out here, and I wish for once in his life that Jerry Lawler could come out and say that my time is over. Eddie Gilbert is indeed the new king of wrestling. He defeated me for the World Heavyweight title. It is now his time. It is now his day. But instead, he wants to come out here and make excuses like he always has. It doesn't matter how I won the World Heavyweight title. The fact is, I won it. First off, I want everyone to understand one thing about why there is no return match with Jerry Lawler.
Yeah, I want to know about that.
Now, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering that. Well, in the match, as everyone knows, my career was on the line against the unified World Heavyweight title. Well, not only myself, but Jerry Lawler, too, also signed a clause, Dave, that said no matter what, there would be no return match, because if I lost, I wouldn't be coming back. So there would be no return match. And if I won the World Heavyweight title, well, he sure as hell wasn't getting a return match. So all of a sudden now, we've got this big, long line of men that have been calling. Now it's Eddie Marlin. And I can go over a lot of names, but the first one to come to the front is the dirty white boy, Tony Anthony. Well, Tony Anthony and I, Dave, and you know this better than anybody else, go back a long way. Tony Anthony and my brother Doug were the USWA World Tag Team Champions one time. Tony Anthony at one time was a member of my Memphis Mafia. I know Tony Anthony better than anybody else on the face of this earth. And I heard someone say that the dirty white boy has been standing on the sidelines for a little while. Is that what you said?
That's true.
Well, that is true, because coming here today, I saw Tony stand on the side of the interstate, and he had one of those signs that said, "I will work for food and money." So, Tony, let me tell you something. Get in line with the Austin Idols and with the Terry Funks and with all the big names in wrestling that are